Hello and welcome to vlog number 6. Now, I may or may not have figured out how focus works. So, here is Mike's miniature that I painted yesterday, finished painting him just after we did the last vlog yesterday. This is not a daily thing that I do just do it when I have time and the flat is quiet and no one is around, which is right now. But yeah, I may have figured out how focus works. So, here is the thief character I've done for Mike, who is our new player who will be playing in a game with us tomorrow on Sunday. I'm recording this on a Saturday morning. So, yep, I've talked about this miniature a little bit before when it was half painted. This is made from Frostgrave Cultist parts from a Perry Miniatures Mercenary, and one Citadel Mordheim crossbow. The paint job is quite a simple one, but I think it's come out quite well. And I have attempted to give him a darker than Caucasian skin tone, and I think it's worked out quite well, although it's probably not particularly clear in this lighting. Maybe if I did a quick jump cut and compared it to another miniature with Caucasian skin tones, it might be a bit more clear. Now, this may screw up the focus me doing this, so let's take the risk. There we go. So there he is next to an elf I did up for Trev. And yeah, you can see he's got a... it's not actually that clear in this lighting, but yeah, he has a dark skin tone. The elf has Caucasian skin tones, whereas the thief here has a darker complexion to him. So, quite pleased with that. Yeah. Incidentally, the elf is a Hero Quest elf, what I've done up to look a bit like Link from the Zelda games. It's got a Wargames Factory... is it Wargames Factory? It might not be Wargames Factory skeletons. Whoever did the skeleton... I think it's from a skeleton sprue that I think was made by Wargames Factory. That's where the bow and the quiver are from. The shield is a Mantic Dwarf one. And the rest is one Hero Quest elf. Yeah, Trev wanted a elf that looked a bit like Link, so this is what I did. I was going to add a green stuff hood at one stage, but I couldn't convincingly get it to sit over that hair, so it didn't happen. That's those two. I'm going to stand them back here. It's vlog number 6, which is why that 6 is there. I might move that out of the way, actually. I really hope all this is in focus as it looks on my screen when it comes out on video. Right, there we go. So I did another little sign. This is a quest board again. This is a smaller version of the one I showed you in the last video, with slightly better done engraving because I'd learned of it by that point. I attempted to do a sort of wanted poster there. I kind of did a little face, but it didn't come out brilliantly. It looks okay from a distance, and that's what we want. Hopefully, if it's in focus, you can see how nicely the text on the other bit came out, though. And you can clearly see the carving in the top there, right? So, as with other... I don't know what I was saying, right. So I made two other things around the same time and got them painted around the same time. These are little sort of town signs. And... oh, I can't remember what I wrote in the runes now, off the top of my head. Oh, no, that one I think says Mortis Quest, and that one says Trev. Because a lot of the time I write the names of my players on things in runes as little references. Andy, who lent me the tripod I'm using at the moment, your name will end up on something, I'm sure. as will the rest of my players at some point. Let's sit those back there. Zoomed in a bit today, so it's going to get a bit crowded. In fact, I'm wondering if the next things I'm going to show you are actually going to fit in frame. This is a tree. It's freaking huge. Yeah. Finished painting my Citadel trees. It's too big to fit in frame because I'm zoomed in too far. Came out quite nicely. This one, I attempted to use the engraving machine to do a little swirly druidic rune in that rock there. It didn't work properly. It came out as a mess. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. Otherwise, these came out great. Quite pleased with them. Used a bit of green to add moss for variety. I've also got static flock down the bottom there. In and out of frame. Another one. It's the one with the ropes on it. Yeah. Quite pleased with how these came out. These will be a great addition to the terrain collection for overland stuff. And I may be able to fit them in a dungeon somewhere, if there's like a sort of courtyard of an old castle or something. Last tree, right. Yeah, today's video is mainly an experiment in how focus works, so we'll see. It's the one I put a skull in the knot hole. I've just wobbled the camera. Came out quite nicely. Incidentally, that skull is a late 90s, early 2000s, I can't remember when it came out. It was the later version of the skeleton sprue that Citadel did, and probably the most detailed one they've done, which has very nice detailed skull. You can see the individual teeth and stuff. So that is a very nicely done skull. That is a modern Citadel 4-tooth skull, which looks freaking awful. Yeah, that's a little pet peeve of mine, is that Citadel cannot do skulls anymore, or fur, but I haven't really got an example of that because I've not bought their miniatures with fur on. Actually, I might have one or two kicking around, but dear God, they can't do fur anymore, or skulls. That's me complaining about sculpting. Right. So I'm up to the 7-minute something mark, and the sun is screwing with my lighting. I am going to stop here, and I might try and do another video immediately afterwards. So watch out for that. It's getting dark, and my battery is low. So I'm just going to stop here. Goodbye.